Good morning, evening, and afternoon, and welcome to part 35 of Aokana, no Kanata no fō rizumu. Last time was interesting, little fun. It was kind of like a part 2 of his weekend in a sense, where the part 1 was going out with Asuka and then running into Misaki, and then part 2 was him wanting to go out but then running into Rika, and then when they went to the same mall, they also ran into SunaeVN. It was not much to it. It was more, got a little bit more knowledge about SunaeVN as well as Aika as well. I think we knew that she likes food before, but it was more this time that we really fully understood it. Oh, we also now know what she likes the most. We also found out that they actually have their own translated CG, which is something, and somebody else mentioned as well, something you don't really expect, which I'm actually quite interested. And I can't wait to see if that happens again in the future. Obviously not going to do it for just one scene. It would have just been, I mean, I doubt many people would even realize that they've done that. But yeah, I'm not too sure what we can expect going forward because, as mentioned before, I thought the next really big thing is the tournament. So all they really got is practice and getting things down to their style, practicing and just strengthening themselves. Other than that, it's more just getting close to the club members itself. And I could see that happening recently with the going out with Asuka and with Misaki, the whole thing with Mashiro and now with Rika as well. We're starting to edge closer to that barrier. Not barrier, but that gateway, I guess you could say. One thing I want to mention is I did lower myself slightly, mainly because I had to lower myself in post-edit. But I'm probably going to edit myself again because I feel like it's still going to be a bit loudish. But yeah, yeah. So this is after their little outing, and I can't recall it. There was a time when he was saying to SunaeVN, I think it was, how there was nothing at all between them. She was a bit upset about it, but not really. I don't know. It was hard for me to really say, but yeah. So other than that, that was more earlier. So I'm not sure why she looks a bit upset now. But let's see. That's it for shopping. Glad I managed to get what I wanted. We're currently flying back to Kunahama Island. The atmosphere was sort of strained on the way to the mall, but now it's strained. I want to say that's not the case anymore, but that'd make me a liar. Ishino hasn't said a single word since we took off. I didn't think I've said or done anything to upset her, so she's probably not in a bad mood or anything, but should I say something? Is this a choice? No. I need to somehow start a conversation. SunaeVN's son's activation sequence sure was something. No, we already exhausted that topic. Besides, talking about someone behind their back isn't exactly a good conversation to have. You really enjoyed that fried chicken, huh? That won't fly either. That might end up rubbing her the wrong way if she's embarrassed by how she acted. Thanks again for all your help during the training camp. That's a good one. Yeah, that should work. Lots of things happened during the training camp, and not all of them were positive, so I'd better not go into any detail. Still, it should be a good conversation starter. Before I can finish what I'm going to say... Oh, she also wanted to say something. Ichinose beats me to the punch.
今日はすみません。
Huh?
その二人でいるのを嫌がる感じでずっと偶然がどうのと言い続けてて。
Completely understandable.
でも本当は嫌とかじゃなかったんです。日向さんに変な感情とかはなかったんです。なのに行きがかりでこんな感じになって謝りたいなってずっと思ってて。だからごめんなさい。
Ah. I would have done the same if I was in your shoes. Don't worry about it.
そうですか?
Yeah, it's more like... So discuss to me is more like... Is that so? Yeah. And I don't just mean because our clubs are competing. I have to consider what she's more of an upstanding person than me. So of course she'd care about what other people might think. Yeah, it all makes sense. I may think she's worrying too much, but it's not my place to scold her for that. Well, I had fun shopping with you today. That's all that matters, really, right?
それは私もです。
Ichinose turns to me as she says that. Oh, I see. She's a bit embarrassed by that. She casts her eyes down, clearly looking flustered. I feel a little relieved now. I never once thought she hated being with me, but I did used to think I made her feel uncomfortable. Hearing her say she likes spending time with me is a huge load off my mind. Lucky me. Anyway, it seems our coincidental shopping trip has ended on a positive note. Plus, I've even learned more about her thanks to all of this.
これありがとうございました。
She thanks me as she grips the plushie I gave her earlier. Plushie? Which one was that? Oh, I was about to say, it was the 6th prize in the lottery I participated in that mall. The very same Sashiro plushie I know all too well. Okay, I thought he had extras and thoughts of giving her one he got from that thing, since it's the exact same thing, but no, okay, I see. I was hoping I'd never see it again, but it found its way to me the very next day. So it is the next day. It's okay. I'm totally cursed, aren't I? Huh? Oh, the plushie you mean? You really don't need to thank me for that.
そんなことないです。せっかくいただいたからには大切にします。
Sure, do what you want with it. I just want to sever all ties with it personally.
日向さんだと思うくらいの気持ちで大切にします。
Okay. No, I take back what I just said. That's the one and only thing you can't do. Is this some weird trend I missed or what? If this keeps up, I'll never get away from that plushie. Please, anything but that.
それじゃあ失礼します。
Well, at least she's leaving happy. Yeah. She waves her hand at me in an awkward fashion, then tenderly presses Mr. Shito into herself as she walks away. She seems pretty happy. Hold on, she didn't just ignore me, right? She was acting a bit strange there at the end.
ですよね。なんだか様子が変でしたっす。
What are you doing here? I don't know why she gets all nervous when I talk to her. It doesn't seem to happen when she's with other people.
そりゃあれっすよ。やっぱり思うところがあってですよ。
Okay, so I was just checking because of the voice, how the Japanese was in English. I just wanted to just double check.
そりゃあれっすよ。やっぱり思うところがあってですよ。
I guess so, man. I didn't notice that at all. Just like I didn't notice you there.
うん。
I turn around and briskly walk over to the girl who just spoke to me.
ちょっとコーチ。そんなに顔近づけられたら、いくら私が報道に身を置くものだとしても、少しは動揺するってもんで、だから
Explain yourself, Hosaka.
偶然っすよ、偶然。
Yeah, that does not sound like a coincidence. You don't say. I can't let my guard down around her. She may have been following me around to write some trashy hit piece. Wait, does she already have enough info for that? How long?
え
I'm asking how long you've been watching us.
停留所で偶然を装ってご一緒に飛ぶところから、あとはポーンと中抜きしてお揃いで帰宅されるところまで。
So from the beginning. Why only those parts? Ah, this is bad. It had to be her of all people. Why? And to make matters worse, she only saw the worst possible moments.
どうかお気になさらずっす。秘宝コーチ不倫現場わろたあかんとかタイトルつけて記事にしようとか思ってませんから。
To me, her eyes are lying. We both know that's exactly what you were planning to do. I smell danger. If I let her get away now, I'm doomed. Fork over the memory card.
はい。
The memory card. You recorded us, didn't you? And knowing you, you've got pictures and video. Hand everything over now.
それは残念ながら無駄だと思うっすよ。
Sorry, I can't help you. It sounds also correct, but it's also more like... To me, it sounds like she was saying... Sorry, I know the end part,
それ
but...
は残念ながら無駄だと思うっすよ。
Sorry to say, but that is impossible, in a sense. An excuse won't help you.
コーチダメですって。
I pull her camera out of her hands. Now, what do we have here? Let's see what she has saved. Huh? This can't be. I opened the folder where the data should be stored, but there was nothing inside. It's empty. Osaka sticks up a finger and shakes it left and right in a patronizing manner as I stand here, baffled by the stunning revelation.
こういうこともあろうかと、取った先から全部 Wi-Fi で飛ばして FTP でサーバーに上げることにしてるっす。
Why are you so damn cautious? I'm totally doomed now. Guess my only choice is to permanently silence you. I close in on her as I say that.
なんでそうなっちゃうんすか。いきなりバイオレンスに走らなくても話し合いで解決するのが現代社会じゃないっすか。
I actually like her as a character. She's actually quite funny. That only works when you're dealing with a reasonable person.
だからやりませんって記事にしません。本当に言いませんから信じてください。
I stop in my tracks. Really?
本当ですよ。第一、うちのスキャンダルなんか出したら砂浜の勝利が遠のくじゃないっすか。
True. Hosaka is technically part of the Konohama Academy Broadcasting Club. And any person who loves their school would have a hard time doing something that would put it at a disadvantage. To be honest, I have a hard time believing you.
そういう言葉は心の声で言ってほしかったっす。
If you want me to trust you, prove you deserve it.
証拠ですか？
Hosaka ponders for a while. I was gonna say you can hear it in the voice and she's trying to think, proof.
わかりました。それじゃあ独自の捜査にて判明した謎のライバルについてお教えしましょう。
Is this what I think to be the Russian flying circus? Did she just say detective work? When she stopped being a journalist exactly? Yeah, the way she's moving around is more like a PI, honestly. Well, maybe she just got so into digging for info that detective work is more fitting. Who are you talking about?
ふふふ。まあ見ててください。
Osaka pulls out a tablet from her bag, enters her password, and starts to look around for an image.
実は今回ちょっとだけ話題になってる学校が一つあるっす。
Takafuji? Obviously, to me that was quite evident from the way she was talking that she was not talking about Takafuji. Takafuji is known for being a strong school, but some talk going around about a really strong school, so...
あんな名門は花から話題っすよ。そうじゃなくて海陵学園っす。
Kairyo. I know, for some reason it almost sounded like a frog, but that's Kairo, so no. Kairyo? I feel like long ago, and by long ago I mean back when Ari-san was still a Skywalker, they used to have a strong FC club, but I haven't heard much about them lately.
そこがですね、実はいい選手を一人獲得したらしいんすよ。
Here she used the word Issenshu, which is obviously a good player or a strong athlete. Because Senshu is more regarded as a athlete or player or someone who does that in a sense, participation. So obviously in this aspect, the way we would use Senshu would be Skywalker in a sense. So genius, I don't think she mentioned that, but it can be interpreted that way. It means someone they actively recruited? That's not all too unusual in the world of sports. Then again, we're talking just FC here. There have probably been cases like that with Takafuji in the past, but other than that, I haven't really heard of anything like that happening.
その謎の選手をバッチリ写した写真がここにあるってわけなんですね。
Yeah, she uses the word pachiri. Pachiri? Oh, sorry. Because that word is normally used for like pachiri, like perfect or accurate, or like it's a clear picture in other words. Seriously?
なのでこの情報をコーチに教えることでさっきの取材の件は見逃してほしいってことっす。
I mean, she's really given us info. We can just look it up ourselves as well. Osaka suddenly stops the finger she's been sliding over the tablet.
ありました。これっす。
We didn't agree yet, but okay. Who could it be? Someone from overseas? No, I doubt someone from Europe or America would come here. Flying circus is way more advanced over there. But what other options are there? Various possibilities spin around inside my head. Let's see. I look at the picture. And then... Is it somebody he knew? Oh, not what?
何するんすか？
That's what I want to know. I can't make out anything on that picture. That's right, this picture's useless. Oh. The only thing is one huge blur. That there. It's a silverish hair. So we are talking about the same person then. So that person is part of Kairyo school then. How exactly am I supposed to tell how amazing this person is from such a blurry picture? You may as well post it on some UFO conspiracy site.
だって仕方ないじゃないですか。この写真1枚撮るのだってヒヤヒヤだったんすよ。
I'm actually quite curious, sorry for this, I was trying to see if they use UFO. I can't read most of this unfortunately, but I don't think they're talking about UFOs here. Katapapa? Paya. There's some other, instead of UFO, they use some other creature or something, I think. It's hard for me to say. But anyway. What are you talking about?
それはつまり学園に忍び込んで警備をくぐり抜けてきたわけでして。
What an idiot. There was no need for her to be so reckless. If she got caught and they found out what school she was from, we'd have been facing a real scandal.
いやでもこの選手はマジですごかったですよ。今までに見たことないような動きしてましたっすから。
Like? Yeah, she was using ungoki, which is like movement. So the movement was, she's never seen that type of movement before.
それはちょっと言葉ではうまく説明できませんね。手振りで伝えるので、ちょっと離れてみてもらえます？
Sure thing. I do as I'm told and back away from her. I wonder if this is a ruse for her to get away. And at that moment...
日向雅也油断したなり
Hosaka dashed about 10 meters away from me in an instant. Damn it, you just tricked me. How'd I fall for that? I mean, the way she was going about it was quite understandable. It's easy for her to fall for that. Hey, stop right there.
ジャーナリズム魂は不滅っすよ。そんなわけで改良には要注意っす。
Unfortunately, Hosaka successfully makes her escape. Man, what's with that girl? Kaido Academy, huh? Kaido hasn't been on our radar at all, and I don't see any need to pay any special attention to them. It's more important to try and catch up to Takafuji. Listening to Hosaka's weird rumors would be a complete waste of time, but I feel like it's a failure of a coach to not really scout the enemy team correctly and then let your guard down around that so-called team. Guess I'll head home for now. Or at least the manager's part would be to scout that out. I'm not too knowledgeable about teams, but that's from what little knowledge I have. Decided to put those thoughts aside as I turn toward my place. The sun has already begun to set, dyeing the surroundings in the red color of a summer evening. By the time I get back home, I've almost completely forgotten Hosaka's words. I just realized now, why did Rika and them go their separate ways here when they're going home together? The good thing they didn't though, because obviously Hosaka would have seen it, but yeah. Anyway, oh well. A few days have passed since my outing with Ichinose and Tatooine-san. The classroom is dead silent. Normally there's always some chatter, but now there's nothing. Guess everyone's stressed out by tests. The little tests already passed. Wait, what? We have finals today. Okay, so they are having tests again. I'm not too sure what that kanji is. I know that one, but not that one. I took a quick look at the kanji because I was actually quite curious. It's Kimatsu testo, which is end of term test. So I'm not knowledgeable and know regarding the American terminology. Finals could be end of the year finals, could be end of the term finals, could be, I don't know. So this is end of the term. I believe Japan also has similar terms to my country's, which is 4 terms. I don't know if it's 3 or 4, so it's hard for me to say. I haven't really looked at too much into it. But yeah, okay, so end of term exams. So the other one was midterm exams. Okay. Well, not exams, tests, sorry, tests. Midterm tests and end of term tests. Okay. Only the sound of pencils running over paper, which blends in with the wind and rustling of trees, fills the room. Again, something they could have added a little bit more. There was no worry about these tests. There was no get together with it. I hope everyone's doing fine. I look over to Asuka and Misaki, then think of Mashiro. Since the club as a whole did rather poorly on their midterms, I don't know, I can't remember what thing I just said, but I don't like midterms. Ari-san gave me a certain order. Next time, make sure your players do well enough not to embarrass our Flying Circus Club, huh? It was mainly directed toward Asuka and Mashiro. Asuka luckily managed to avoid failing anything, but just barely. Mashiro, though, actually did fail in a few subjects. Everyone seemed to be studying hard during the study sessions I organized, but I'm honestly worried. Especially about our little one. I overheard her talking to Madoka about a new console that just came out. I think it was called the 4DS or something. Ugh, man, I seriously hope that didn't distract her. Well, can't change anything at this point. I just have to hope everything does well. Hope everyone does well. Otherwise we can kiss our Flying Circus Club goodbye. At the end of the day, the Flying Circus Club is part of the school. That means they'll shut it down in an instant if they think it's negatively affecting our grades. Ari-san stressed that point more than a few times. It's probably different in a school like Takafuji that focuses on sports, but an ordinary school like ours only cares about test results. We haven't even gotten a chance to compete in a tournament yet. So if we messed up already, they'll most likely assume it'll get even worse in the future.
はい、じゃあ10分前。名前の書き漏らしがないようにな。
There's no way anyone would forget that. Yeah, you never know. I really hope Mashiro put her name down. Check to make sure my name's on my sheet, as I worry over the very real possibility that Mashiro forgot to do it. And with that, I finished all my exams without any major issues. I can only speak for myself though. Who knows if any of the others failed or got to put their name on their tests. They're really emphasizing it now. Makes me feel like somebody did forget. Just have to pray Mashiro and Asuka manage to do well. Honestly, Misaki is probably the one who probably forgot. A few days later, we're getting our test results back, which fills the room with an air of both joy and apprehension. And that's everything. Check my results in Japanese, which was the last test we got back, as I worry about the others. And unfortunately those doubts continue to plague my mind as Aoi-san enters the classroom.
よし、答案も戻ってきたし、これで期末テストも終わって、もうすぐ夏休みだ。みんな、終わったからといって、羽目を外しすぎないようにな。それじゃ、青柳。
起立、礼。
Alright, let's see how everyone else did. Rush out of my seat to get answers.
マサヤさん。
Oh, that's good tone in her voice. The moment I leave the classroom, Asuka clears my name. Calls my name.
ふふふ、聞いてください。聞いていいんですよ。
I guess you passed. Well, on to the next one.
まあひどいです。せめてちゃんと1回目の報告は聞いてください。
Well, you kinda gave away your results already. I mean, she ran right up to me with a huge smile on her face. You should have kept the suspense up, like you coming over looking all sad would have had me panicking.
そういうのできないんです。すぐに顔に出ちゃうんで。
Guess she's pretty bad at poker then. Actually, a good poker face is useful in any sport. I feel like I'm kind of the same as well in a sense. I feel like I have a good poker face, but I also feel like I wouldn't help but grin or grin and try and hold my laughter back in terms of when it comes to those types of things. Might be a good idea to fix that.
勉強の次は表情作りですね。頑張ります。
Asuka looks oddly pumped about the idea.
で、見てください、この結果。
Okay, let me see. Asuka happily spreads her test papers out to show me her results. Honestly, I feel like, knowing her, she doesn't normally do well. And she just barely passed last time. So if I were to just randomly guess, like out of 100, the pass rate is like 40. I obviously don't know it. And let's just say she gets like 55. But even that is enough for her to celebrate and be happy about. Well, seriously? I'm honestly impressed. I did pretty well myself, and by that I mean I got in the 80 to 90 range on everything like before, which is above average. However, Asuka scored over 90 in everything. Wow, okay, I'm surprised by that. She even somehow managed to get a perfect score on something.
私、頑張りました。
Why couldn't she do so before? Interesting. Yeah, you should have. Her recent transfer may have played a part in it, true. But she did pretty bad on the midterms. So let me just take a double check what the... Shumatsu, no, I don't even need to look at it, I know it's Shumatsu. I can't remember how to translate that properly. Anyway. Regardless of how much she studied, seeing such a drastic improvement is a little weird. Maybe she really is a genius. Makes me think of all the shocking things I've seen her pull off in the flying circus. Guess I'll just have to wait and see if she ever realizes her full potential.
なになに、みんなで発表会してんの？
I wonder how everyone else is going to react to it.
アスカ先輩すごいです。ほっほー、これはアスカ頑張ったね。軒並み90点超えてるじゃない。はい、私やりました。
A beaming smile. Oh, you guys are all here. Well, Mashiro didn't look depressed or down, so she should be fine.
美咲ちゃんの点数知りたい？
I already know you did better than Asuka, so no thanks.
そう言わないで見てよ。今回はそれに輪をかけてすごかったんだから。
Like I said, I already know you go above 90 on every... Oh, whoa, what the hell? I see several 100s on the paper Misaki shows. I was actually going to say, I thought she was actually going to get lower than 90 and play it off as a joke. But okay.
平均96。古文と数学と英語で満点だから、もうちょいで半分以上満点だったんだけどね。
Yeah. Okay.
美咲ちゃんすごい。
Even when I was in my school times, I rarely saw that type of thing. Maybe like from 1 or 2 students. So yeah, it's quite interesting when you hear about it.
いやー、さすがにトップは譲らずって感じね。
She can't be human. She managed to do stupidly good without even really studying. I swear some people are just born lucky. So how'd you do, Mashiro? It doesn't seem to be great, but I'm sure she passed.
まあ私のことはいいじゃないですか。それよりも美咲先輩の高得点について話しよう。
Don't tell me you.
大丈夫ですよ。赤点はしっかり回避しましたから。ほらこの通り。
I check the sheets, my shit shoves into my hands.
どうですか？見事にすり抜けてるでしょ。
Okay, this is what I thought of with Asuka. She just barely passed, I'm guessing. On the fringes, I'm guessing. Sure, you did pass, but...
まさしくすり抜けたって感じの得点だよね。もう何ですか二人とも。もっと私の努力の後を認めてくださいよ。美咲先輩なら認めてくれますよね。この私にしては超努力した結果。うわー、ギリギリだねこりゃ。先輩まで。でも赤点回避には違いないですよ。
Interestingly, they use the term akaten, which is aka, which is red, and ten is points. So in a sense, she just managed to fall under the red area in a sense, meaning failure. But I just find that quite interesting words they use.
だね。部活の存亡に関わらなくて、ひとまずは安心ってとこかな。
I'm not sure this is really worth celebrating. Sure, our club is safe and all, but these results make me worry about my Shadow's future. Will she really be able to be fine if she keeps us up?
そうそう。マサヤは硬いんだから。いいじゃない、結果が良ければ。
She just wants Udon. That may be true, but at this rate, she'll either barely pass or fail her next set of tests. You sure you want to keep walking that tightrope, Mashiro?
それじゃあ、期末試験突破を祝って、今日はスパーッとお祝いしましょう。
Hey.
まあまあ、今日は開放感に浸ってもいいじゃない。何かやるにしても明日からって感じなのよ、マシロは。
I'm actually just curious what he said in Japanese. Omae-na. Like, listen here, you, and like type of thing. Like, I'm telling you, or something like that. He's trying to reprimand her. Trying to scold her. Sure you aren't talking about yourself there?
マサヤの本心だよ。私にはわかる。わかってあげられる。だから安心して。
Sorry. Quit trying to psychoanalyze me. You couldn't be more off base. Sorry, that threw me off there.
今日は私も美咲の意見に賛成かな。
You as well, Maruka?
息抜きもたまにはいいでしょ、コーチ。
Well, I'm only really worried about Mashiro, so I shouldn't kill everyone else's fun. This is the perfect time for a break too, since we're done with Kimatsu and all. I don't know, sorry, I just don't like finals, I don't know why. Okay, we'll start practicing tomorrow.
じゃあお菓子持ち寄って女子会やろう。
What about your coach? And what about Shino? I keep messing his name up. Shion. So, Shion. And what about Shion as well?
やりましょうやりましょう。
And I just thought of this now as well. We haven't actually seen Shion in a long time. Last time was during the tag, and that was it.
いいね。じゃあ一ノ瀬ちゃんも呼んで、
Oh,
女子
interesting.
会だから当然マサヤはアウトね。
So I just wanted to mention this. This is actually quite interesting. It reminds me of an old vision novel I played. I can't remember which one it was. There was a time when all the main characters got together, and obviously normally you choose your routes, your decisions, and then you go towards a possible thing where you choose which one you want to be with. But in this one vision I read a long time ago was where it was more about the girls, the main characters themselves, talking amongst each other, which guy do they like, things like that. And that is where that route was chosen in a sense, which I found quite interesting. So I wonder if they're going to do something like this as well, because all the main characters will be at this party, so it'll be interesting. Fine by me.
あ、でもいつもやってるみたいに女装してくれたら特別に参加させてあげてもいいけど。
It also brings back another visual novel I played that had a character cross-dressing. It's I actually missed that visual novel. What's again supposed to mean? Quit making stuff up.
マサヤさん、それずるいです。私も見たいです。
Okay, so for a second there I misread it. For a second there I thought she said she wanted to cross-dress too, but no, she wanted to say, I want to see you cross-dressing too. What made me realize I misread it was when she said mitai desu, which is want to see. So I just want to see quickly. Okay. So I misread this part. Yeah, I miss like saying again then. I'd never do that. Don't believe her lies.
先輩はさっき私に厳しかったから、いくら女装しても混ぜてあげませんよ。
Seriously, cut it out. I'm not cross-dresser here. So I'm just wanna... Sorry if I'm keep doing this, but... I can't fully read that kanji. I know it's got the girl kanji in here. So I'm not too knowledgeable about some of these kanji here, but that one I know. So I just wasn't sure if they were saying cross-dress in a sense. But anyway. The girls continue to tease me as they move to the club room. Guess I'll just head on home. I've got nothing to do around here anymore. Oh, there he is.
Hinata!
Oh, well, obviously, since they're having their own little outing, we too can have our own outing as well. Whoa, Prez. Flashes me his usually overly enthusiastic smile. Good. Unfortunately, he shows me grades that are even closer to failing than Mashiro's. Wow, and I thought Mashiro's was on borderline. His was even worse. Wow. You barely made it. He doesn't really care. Of course, you got exactly 40 in classical Japanese, math, and English. Okay, so 40 does seem to be the cutoff point. Yeah, 40. Okay. Oddly enough, those are the exact subjects Misaki aced. What a weird coincidence. Please don't say that in front of the other members. If Misaki heard that, she'd take it as a permission to slack off. Yeah, about that. I filled Prez in on the details. He'll want to have a boys' night, not. Right, and since there's no practice today, I'm going. Yeah. Why? There's only 2 of us here. So that sounds seriously lame. I mean, Prez is cool and all, but the idea of spending private time with him is pretty damn scary. I mean, I just think of it as just going to hang out with a friend in a sense, you know? Thanks, but no thanks. I try to escape, but Prez grabs me by the collar. I can't get away. He's too strong.
気にするな。全部俺がおごってやるから。
I don't care. Let go of me, Prez. I pull around as if I'm drunk when I land at the terminal. I swear I definitely haven't had alcohol, but my current condition's Prez's fault. Man, he should put me through a lot today. What was up with that?
おお、わかるか。わかるだろう、ひなたよ。
I get you. I totally get you. Okay, now grab me by my shoulders and shaking me.
お客様、他のお客様の迷惑になりますので、大きなお声は。
Clerk to me sounds like a shopping clerk, but I don't know. I'm sorry. I'll try to get him to stop. Seriously, calm down. I'm begging you, Prez. He didn't drink either, so how'd that happen? Remind me to never go drinking with him again. With him. So it sounds like they just went to a restaurant or something like that, or a cafe or something. Clerk is not right, and guests also isn't too accurate in my opinion. I doubt it showed in Japanese, but is that tenin? I know that's shop. It's just a I think this is Okyakusama. I know that's summer. Sorry if I'm yeah on ano Okyakusama. Yeah, okay. Anyway. So rather than guess, I'd say customer rather, but obviously I don't know if in English like dear customers, like yeah, that does sound a bit odd. Oh. I've heard a lot of horror stories about drunk wrestlers. Prez is pretty buff, so I can imagine things turning out exactly the same. I just want to get home. Huh? I notice somebody approaching me from behind. When I turn around, I see someone flying to the terminal. Ichinose? Probably not. She got called over to their girls' night. The elegant flying form seems a lot like hers, but I can tell it's different. Who's that? Some flight instructor maybe? Or is this that mysterious character? Before long, she's close enough for me to make out her face. It does look similar, but... Huh. It's hard to tell with the sunsets and the ribbon because of the hair. I'm not sure if that's just a shadow or if that's a bit of the color to her hair, like a little gradient. But yeah, it is silverish green eyes. Well, not silverish, it's more light bluish silver. I'm not sure what color would that be more resemblance to. Interesting. She isn't very tall, but her perfectly straight back makes her look the part. So yeah, I think this is probably our mysterious character. And I'll leave it here for today, because I'm not sure how long this will go much further. But anyway. No, not too much happened again. I don't know, it feels like even with these longer ones, it still feels like not much going on. There's just a lot of talking and a lot of back and forth here and there. So they had there was that, oh right, that beginning part. I actually completely forgot about that beginning part. With saying goodbye to Rika, then running into Hosaka. That I enjoyed that part. That was an interesting part. Sorry for the little muffling sounds here and there. But yeah. And then the top part of the tests. I mean, I didn't really see much of a point in really going too much detail with the tests, but I can see it now because I can use that as an excuse to have a party event in a sense. Like, if they wanted to have an event where all the characters are together, and then have a part where, like, yeah, we run into this mysterious character, it just seems a bit off. What would the reason be? Having that reason being passing tests would be a good idea. But again, then it makes me think, why do they kept referring to the name parts, writing your name on the tests? It just, the way he kept going about it just made me feel like there was something important about it. I always follow that the mindset of if it's been mentioned, then it's important. Like if a person, like let's see, a person's mood or how they were in the past, or some major events. If something has been mentioned or spoken about, then they've put the writers place it into the story for a reason. But of course, that's not always the case, not 100%. It's just for some reason that's how I view it and think about it. So whenever I see things like that, it makes me think, hey, wait, is there something going to happen with someone's name on the test? Did someone forget their name? That's my mindset. That's why I always kept focusing on too much on that. The same thing with when we had the test the first time as well. They kept emphasizing about someone's going to be failing, how they're going to study for the tests, and then they didn't really do that. So, but yeah, that's my views on that. And then after that, they had their little talking about how they did with the tests. Some of it's a bit surprising. I honestly, I would have. I can understand now why Asuka did badly in the beginning, and then did well then now. She is a transfer student. Different methods on how they were taught, and what had been covered in the school itself can be different. But what made me confused by that though is the way they made her in the beginning of the tests and the first set of tests, and afterwards, it made you think and view it as though she wasn't good at studying, or the wrong way of putting it, but smart. But now it almost makes it you see it as if she is smart, and she always was smart. And they threw out her exchange, transfer student thing as an excuse. Obviously, it's a rational and proper excuse, but it doesn't make up for why she seems like she had trouble studying in the first place. Anyway, again, just another viewpoint I saw. The way I would have put it, and honestly, was gradually but slowly raised her score, or at least make it so that she hadn't had any issues studying, but she had trouble. How do I put it? I can understand in a sense as well. Like I'm struggling to put it into words as well. Like, we know Asuka as a character she's quite open, and as she had mentioned, you can read her quite easily. Anyway, let's push that aside for now then. Anyway, we're ending it off here with running into this character. So she possibly lives in the same area as Rika and Masaya, which is interesting. I'm just looking at the uniform, paying attention to it, trying to see if we've seen it before, but no, we haven't. I don't think it's Rika's uniform. I mean, I think there are some other characters we haven't seen. Oh no, just two. Wow, okay. I'm actually quite surprised we've seen all those people already. So I'm guessing the two we haven't seen is her, this character, and her assistant on the plane. Or helicopter, I don't know which one they arrived in. Oh well. But yeah, looking forward to see what type of character this is. And seeing how they will play a role moving forward. Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please let me know what your thoughts, and I'll see you all next time.